As you can see, the AI, it's not only the use cases, right, which we see on the daily basis, but also a bigger context of the geopolitical landscape, and as well the context of how we can transform our businesses. And today my goal is to go a little bit to the ground, because with the presentation which I have for you for today, I would like to bring you back to this world of Synerise solution, the Synerise platform. And I'm a little bit nervous and also excited because this will be the first public presentation of our recent release, which is the Synerise Agent. And alongside that release of the Synerise Agent, we also are giving you the mentioned before Synerise Shopping Assistant, which is being not only tested but also embraced by some of you who are here already in this room. And also we are giving you the access to the Synerise MCP. So for those of you who are already using the tools like mentioned before, companies like OpenAI or Anthropic, you will be able to connect externally to the platform, do the analysis, do the audits, and tell Synerise what to do, what you would like to do. But for those of you who not yet embraced or maybe not like that kind of solutions, which are external from the Synerise, we also have something special, which I personally like very much. And I would like to show you. However, I would just need to turn this thing on, and it should be live right now. And I want to have my hands free. So let's try. And as I said before, this is live, so anything can happen right now. Hey, Synerise, tell me which clients have visited the platform, have visited our commerce last week. Give me the trend of the page visits for the last 7 days and display that on the chat. And I will not look right now. You will need to tell me what is happening behind me. And I hope that right now Synerise is thinking. And I hope that, okay, it's thinking, that's good, that's a good sign. And we should see something live right now on the data. And of course, please reopen and refresh. All right, so I will reopen and refresh because my computer was here for a longer period, and it was open. So let's try again. Maybe let's try a little bit simpler. Give me the trends of page visits for last 7 days. He's not listening to me, so I will need to write it down. Give me trend of page visits of last 7 days. We will see if he will understand. Because and I will calculate a trend. Thank you very much, Synerise. Please calculate the trend. This is a simple task, so we should have it quickly. What the point of this here is, I wanted to make. Sancho, are you here in this room? because the Synerise cannot authenticate. So what should I do right now? Maybe I should log out and log in again. What else can I do? You know, we are in the IT world, so this should help. Turn on, turn off. By the way, as you can see, we are using the workspace of our friends from Wisła, and I will use 2 hands right now to type it faster. And please, it's like 3 times is a charm, right? So it should work right now. Okay, where was I? Yeah. So the context of having this Synerise agent in the platform. This solution is about to help us all work on the platform to get the data and get the insights from what we are doing on the daily basis, right? Yes, and it's working. Oh, please make an applause for Synerise. All right. So right now we can play. What else you would like to see? You know, this is the Wisła Kraków workspace, so we can get some interesting insights. All right. So if we are here, I would like to see something maybe more exciting than just the trend of the page visits for the last 7 days. And I will try to ask Synerise. Can you hear me, Synerise? What campaigns did we send in last 30 days? Find the campaigns about the basketball, look for the name of the campaign in Polish, and give me the information, what campaign was it? And I'm looking for something very specific right now, because I know that some time ago, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, Wisła Kraków was sending the campaign about the basketball game, which may not be like exactly obvious because, as you know, Wisła Kraków is the football club, but they have the partner offer, which they were sending for the fans of the basketball, because on Monday in Tauron Arena there was a game, Poland against the Holland, in basketball for the qualification for European Cup. And I expect that many of you will have the similar situation, that there is a partner offer to be sent. Maybe with some voucher, maybe with some coupon, maybe with some kind of promotion. And it would be nice to identify which of our customers, of our users are actually doing, are maybe interested in that kind of offer or incentive. And beautiful. We have the information here. Maybe I will make it a little bit bigger. So he found the campaign. It was an email campaign, Poland against the Holland, 20% of the discount. Beautiful. So actually, good idea. Thank you. And thank you, Michał, for that. He knew that because he's the head of product, so you know. That's the thing that makes the difference. Here on the left side, you can see all the history of my previous conversations and all the topics that we were talking about. And I would like to do something more. So find me the 3 groups of the people of the profiles who didn't click in that email. Think about what may be interesting for them and give me the next steps for the follow-up campaign based on their behavior. What are they doing in our shop? What are they browsing, or are they buying? I would like to know the next steps, what to do with them. And I hope that you see that I'm building up to do something and that we are growing for the bigger use cases, right? We have started from the simple analysis, so you can just log into Synerise, you can quickly get some insights. Okay, what campaigns have we sent? What are the results of my previous couponing activities? What are the trends of the... Yeah, I'm still talking to him, but I will not press enter, so don't worry. Yeah, I would just turn off the dictation. So we can get some simple informations, but also we would really like to give you like the solution which will give you insights, which will give you something to build on, and actually give you some time for, I don't know, having a coffee or dancing or do anything else, not only using the UI for building up for building up the campaigns. As you can see, the Synerise is thinking right now, and just for the context, we have the steps, what the platform is doing right now, and this is also important in the context of the compliance, of the control, of the access. And I know that you have been thinking, okay, so if we have the Synerise agent, what the agent can access? So the agent can access exactly the same resources that you can as the user of Synerise, because I'm logging into my account, and if there is a role which is for not allowing execution of the campaign, for example, not allowing for building the workflows, Synerise agent will not build the workflows, but will give you some insights. If you want the role for building the campaigns, building the recommendations, setting up A/B test in the search, Synerise agent will do that for you. It all depends on the configuration of your roles. And let's see, what do we have here? You remember, I asked him to build the 3 groups, to give me the 3 groups of potential interesting persons to follow up with. And Synerise agent grouped them into 3 as I requested. The first group is the buyers despite no email click. They ignored the email click but still purchase in the shop within the last 30 days. So the recommended follow-up is do not resend the same basketball discount. Send a thank you or post-purchase email with cross-sell matching scarf like this beautiful one. Or medal or anniversary accessories or the next match merchandise. The second group is the cart intent, which are no buyers. They didn't click the email but added product to cart and didn't purchase. So we can run an abandoned cart follow-up and so on and so on. The third group is the browser without the cart and purchase. They browsed, and so we should give them the interesting follow-up based on the browsed category, jerseys, 120 anniversary, and so on. And here are the recommended next steps. But I would like to ask you, Synerise. Make some noise for Synerise agent, yeah! And but I forgot what I wanted to do. I wanted to build the segment. Okay, build the segment for the buyers despite no email click. Email click, no quick. Quick, quack. Whatever. Okay, let's go. So, speaking about the roles and the capabilities, it's about getting the data, about getting the insights, but also to giving the access for actually making some actions, right? So right now we are building the segmentation, and while I'm talking in here, Synerise will build this segmentation. In the meantime, of course, this is the full screen mode, which we can exit from the full screen, and this created segmentation Koshkadra buyers despite no email click. So let's go there. And the segment is here. And I know that you know this interface already, and we can run the analysis, and we actually have people there. So make some noise for Synerise Agent for building the segments. And the last thing would be going to automation, to the workflows. And we will continue starting in here in the canvas, or we can continue our conversation here. And I will say, build the workflow for the audience of buyers despite no email click, and invent the campaign, the path to reach them by SMS and email. And right now the Synerise agent will build the workflow. And this is also an important aspect of all of this, the capabilities are here, as you see. But still, we need to have, and we need to work in a mindset that there is a human in the loop, right? Because predictive intelligence, which is beneath, which you already know from the effectiveness of the campaigns. Some of you were awarded for those effectiveness, so congrats to all of you once again. It's also about the human who will do the sanity check of those recommendations from the agent, about from those insights. And if the agent will build the workflow, and there is an idea, so I can just click OK, apply this to the canvas, and we have, let's say, pretty simple workflow path right now. Of course, this is fully functional. I can save it right now. And let's say save it to the agent tests. And I can change those nodes for something else. Like, for example, I can replace this with WhatsApp because I changed my mind. So I can still work on it manually. I can have agents to give me the insights. I can have agents to give me the suggestions for the segmentation. And also, I think what is pretty amazing in all of this, it has access to all the raw data that sits in the terrarium. And for those kind of queries or analysis that you were not able to do because the interface blocked you somehow, or taught you to do like aggregates and expressions and then the segments and so on, you can right now build these dashboards in using the agent. You can build the segments, metrics, trends, reports, and do the cross calculations on the examples. Like, for example, let's go back to the full screen. And I think this would be not this one, right? You can have, this is my previous conversation, and I asked him to break down the segment on 3 groups based on the engagement and activity and count average visits amongst the group, right? So for that kind of request, you would, on the standard UI or SQL, you would need to first know the SQL. Second, you need to waste your time clicking on building this from the interface, and here you have it right here in the chat. You have the low activity is average 1 visit, medium activity is 3.41, high activity is 12 visits, right, for example. And you can go further with the experimentation, and this is something which I encourage you to do, because the Synerise Agent is live, so make some noise for that, make big applause. And if you would like to play with the Synerise Agent, please talk to this guy here. Michał, please stand up. And make some noise for Michał. And the team, which is hiding behind the bushes, Marcin, Sancho, and I cannot see anymore else because they are hiding behind the green leaves.